Well, we're getting back into some more of those crazy, stupid questions from the manatee. What is up, you beautiful, blasphemous people, you sinners and saints? Welcome back to the Raging Atheist. I'm your boy Nakasuchi, and we are going to finish answering Brett Keane's earth-shattering questions for atheists. And so far, it hasn't been so earth-shattering, but maybe he'll pick his game up.
It tells you that if certain processes happen, this is how you're going to come into existence. I've always been curious what that little spark of life is that they say happens in the womb. Why is there a spark in the first place? Why is there an electrical discharge that happens whenever something becomes sentient or conscious within the womb? Who knows?
Or how are tadpoles born? How do tadpoles come alive? Does God come down for every tadpole and grant them life? Every dog? Every elephant? Every mosquito? I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry to answer a question with a question, but what the fuck you talking about, dude? Go right. This is biology. Last video you talked about biology. This is biology. Go read it.
Do you believe that life has any value? Do you believe that life has any worth? And I'm not talking in the sense like because you feel like it or because you have an opinion that life is. Can you show me facts and evidence that your life or my life or anybody's life for that matter has any actual intrinsic value or worth to it? Outside of your opinion and feelings, I'm looking for facts and evidence on this. Do you believe that it's possible that whenever you die, the energy that makes up your essence will continue on into another dimension or an alternate reality?
Yes, you fucking twit. I believe that life has value. I believe that life has value. Why do I believe that life has value? It's because I'm a monkey, a hairless monkey, that is living a life. Now, without that life, I wouldn't be living it. That means it has fucking value. That means it has more value than anything else. Because without that life, everything else doesn't exist. That's why it has value. And that's why I place that value on others around me. This is one of the things that makes human beings slightly more superior. Because we have empathy for our fellow human beings. Doesn't require God. Doesn't require fucking God, yo. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to imply. You're trying to imply that without God you can't place value on human life? Guess what? We're all hairless monkeys. We're all living a life.
Or another realm or phase of existence. Do you believe that that's possible? I would like it if you could provide some kind of evidence or information on why you believe it's possible. Do you believe that is not the case? Do you believe that no, whenever you die, that's it? Can you explain why it is that you make such an absolute claim? Is it simply because your limited reality based upon what the universe has given you hasn't shown you what has happened beyond the grave? Is that why it is that you say that you don't believe that?
I mean, do you know how condescending your questions are? Do you? You're asking for evidence and proof? No, we don't believe because we don't have evidence and proof. Where's your fucking evidence and proof for the things that you're ascertaining are absolutes? You have none. Everything you're saying, you're talking about your own little miserable self. It's disgusting. It's sad.
You go any further than this? What is your reasoning behind it? There's a lot of things in this world and in this universe you don't see, so why would you assert 100% absolute understanding or know-how that you will not continue on after this existence, after this fleshly form? Do you believe that it's possible that your mind, your brain, and your memories can be transferred to another physical form? Do you believe that it might be possible that there are other forms of energy out there that can actually rehabilitate the essence and energy that you have now.
I mean, I literally had to replay that shit back again after I watched it to respond to it. I'm like, what the fuck did he mean? Went and rewatched it, and I still don't know what the fuck you mean. The fuck you talking about? I mean, alright, for one, I don't know where you're getting at with this shit. Like, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. But as for, like, the part where do I think, like, maybe my mind could be transferred to another mind? Maybe that's possible. I do believe that there are some scientists trying to do something like that. But I don't get what the fuck you're talking about. Like, there are theories about other dimensions and shit. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know what the fuck happens after I die. What I do know is that there is no hell. I'm not gonna go burn in hell for masturbating. I'm just not. I don't fucking know. My logic dictates that there's no afterlife, that we were nothing before we existed, we exist, and then we're nothing after we exist. That's what my logic dictates, but I don't fucking know.
Let me give you an example. Whenever we think of audio and music, we realize that a lot of these recordings were recorded in a studio and usually put down on kind of a tape reel. And later they are transferred, the information is transferred to cassette tapes, and then cassette tapes then change to being able to pass the information onto disk. And now it's to the point where we can put it on little bitty microchips, as well as USB cards that are extremely small, even SD cards that can fit in the palm of your hand this big, some of them even smaller than that you could plug into your phone. Now, if you believe that music and the information and the voice and the instruments and high quality can be transferred over to this, why would you have a hard time believing that the energy, the sound, the noise, even some of your physicalities could not be transferred over to a different layout or platform?
I mean, are you seriously saying your evidence of an afterlife is that somebody created a device to transfer information? So are you saying that human beings are what, like the music on a CD? And then you transfer that music onto a fucking USB? I don't fucking get what you're saying. This is not evidence. I mean, no, I have to be able to understand your shit to answer your shit, and what you just said was pure shit.
Just curious on this. Do you believe that it's possible that you might have actually existed before you came into life in this realm as we know it in a physical form? Okay, so these are some of the questions I have for you. Now let me ask you something. If you believe that the universe came into existence without a god or an intelligent designer, wouldn't you admit or concede to the fact that you have a belief system?
Yeah, I have a belief system. I don't know, atheists out there, maybe you can answer this for me. Is this something that atheists say, that we don't have belief systems? I mean, I don't have a faith system, but I have a belief system. Now, I've tried to shatter my childhood indoctrinated belief system to create my own belief system based on facts and evidence. But I don't think I or very many atheists are going to sit here and tell you that we don't have a belief system. We just don't rely on fucking faith and fairy tales.
If you're saying that you believe that we got here without God or an intelligent designer, that's your opinion, isn't it? It's your subjective opinion. Your opinion is based upon no facts or evidence whatsoever. So if the atheist belief system is all based upon faith and belief, then why would you think that that somehow makes you more intelligent?
No, see, you're twisting shit. You're saying we have no facts and evidence, but we actually do have facts and evidence. Now, I don't know of a single atheist that doesn't admit the possibility of a designer. It's a very low possibility, but it's fucking possibility. What we have proven wrong is your interpretation of said designer. Said designer didn't create the earth 6,000 years ago. There is evidence for that. There wasn't a great flood, 4,000 years ago. There is evidence for that. Kangaroos didn't hop across the fucking ocean. There's fucking evidence for that. So for you to say that there's no facts and evidence, no, we are denying Yahweh as the designer. Allah, whatever the fuck you want to call him. That's who we're denying as the designer. I don't fucking know if there's a designer or not. I think it's one of the least likely of possibilities. But the shit you're saying is just pure interjection.
Do you think that you're reading some kind of information or understanding or interpreting the universe in a completely different way than the billions of religious people out there from all kinds of different forms of religions do? And why do you think it is that you would interpret it this way as well as other people? Do you think that you're actually more intelligent if you word your sentences differently than another person?
No, I don't. And that's why I try not to word my sentences differently than a normal person. But, again, you're just making no fucking sense. Your arguments are stupid. I know that's not an argument against it. Oh, you're stupid. But, it's just fucking stupid. It makes no sense what you're asking. It makes no sense. Like, do you even hear yourself? You're supposed to be a former atheist, and these are the fucking questions you have.
Do you believe that you're more intelligent if you make up fancier words to go along with what it is that you think or assert? Do you think that if you use bigger words in a dictionary than someone else, that this somehow makes you more intelligent, and why?
No, I don't. But I do think if I've read a lot of books to develop this vocabulary, compared to a person that hasn't read a lot of books, yes, I think that makes me more intelligent. Well, why do I think that? Because reading books is exercising your brain. If you're not exercising your brain, well,
And I got one last question for you before I end this, ladies and gentlemen. What is the difference between you and someone who is a believer? What is the real difference? One believes that whatever the source or cause of the universe was an intelligence, as where you're saying no intelligence is required. Why does stating that no intelligence is required makes you somehow more intelligent than that of the religious person or the believer?
There is a difference, and it's not based on intelligence. Some of the smartest people in the history of the world have been religious. But the difference is, do not fear a deity. I don't fear a deity enough to look at a human being that has a different sexual preference than I do and have to fear that deity so much that I would automatically hate that person. I don't have that fear. That makes me different than them. I don't have some false image of a God that's going to tell me that I need to take away rights from women. I don't have a fear of a God that's going to tell me that I need to keep my woman in line. I don't have a fear of a God that's going to make me think I can take a slave. I don't have a fear of a God that's going to tell me to kill that person just because they don't believe, because they believe a different God. Oh, Nakasuji, the Bible doesn't say that. Well, God clearly did when he led the Israelites into the promised land. God obviously said, go kill the men, the women, the children, even the old people. And not just that, even all the fucking livestock, except for some fucking cattle, they could sacrifice to said God. That's the difference, yo. And if you can't see that, You're fucking stupid. But that's gonna be it for today. If you like my videos, hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Watch the video that's coming up next, or watch what YouTube recommends for you. Just watch me more. Share me on your social media. Tell all your friends about me. I'll see you soon.